Hello and welcome to Chad and Cherry's Surf Music Review. I'm Chad Shivers.
I'm Cherry.
And we are back with a guest Gremmie edition of the show, where we review our top albums of last year, which was 2023. So I couldn't whittle it down to 5. I had to do it 6, and even then, we have honorable mentions as well. So
a lot of good music came out last year.
So many good records. We bought. So some of the criteria for us was it had to be on vinyl, so we could review it here. So that leaves out some incredible records already. And gosh, we had bought 20 or so new records last year. So
Chad bought 20 or so.
So lots of wonderful things coming out in 2023. We'll of course have links to purchase all of the discs that we talk about today in the description, so please check that out. And thank you so much, Hunter, for having us back again. We are honored and thrilled, and it's always a fun week leading up to this review because we have to do a lot of listening just to weed out everything. And so yeah, let's get into it. Okay, I actually have them in order as well, which I don't think I've ever done before.
Right.
So my number one pick for this year is Daikaiju Phase 2. So I'm just going to drop the needle here a little bit and show off and talk about it. Hold for a second.
Phase 3.
Phase 3. Did I say Phase 2?
You did,
That
but
was
it's
the
okay.
last one.
Phase 3.
I'm going to show off the cool artwork. Ooh, gatefold. I think we got music here. All right, so I don't even know when Phase 2 came out. I want to say it was like early 2000s. So almost 20 years waiting for this thing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. We've heard almost all these songs live for years and years, so it's such a thrill to have it out on vinyl. Just we can get it in our ear holes. It's spectacular. It's epic. It's proggy. It's a huge step up for me from Phase 2 because I didn't care for the recording of Phase 2. There's like some double tracking of the guitar on Phase 2. It sounds chorusy to me. It's not a bad recording. It's just not my taste. And this is everything I've ever wanted from Daikaiju. So yeah, Phase 3. And so these guys, if you don't know, you probably do. I don't even think Daikaiju is from anywhere because they just tour
all the time. The
hardest working band in the instrumental slash surf slash whatever they're doing.
I swear they've been touring since we started dating.
Oh, before. Yeah, at least because I know they opened up for the Squares at 513 in 2000 or something like that. So they've been around a long time. I have a hand-drawn like demo CDR with the white paper, and they drew the paper on the paper. So pretty incredible.
That's dedication, y'all.
I was really impressed with how there's some surfing numbers on here. I didn't expect that. I expected it to be all kind of more metal-y and just kind of more of the prog side. And there is that in here, but it also gets pretty surfy too.
Chad put this album on, and immediately I was like, this is Daikaiju. And I was like, Chad, who is this? And he was like, it's Daikaiju. And I was like, I knew it!
Knew it!
Knew it!
Oh, by the way, Cherry, you forgot. Cheers. And we are drinking a Gremmie cocktail.
Gremmie cocktail.
I think it's going to be strong. Sorry.
Yeah, that's a little strong. Not bad, though. It's pretty good.
Super simple too. It's just pineapple juice, dark rum, and I used lime seltzer water. So, okay, let's get into the next one. Cherry, you want to take that one off?
Yep.
All right, my number 2 release of 2023, and Cherry and I both just adore this record. And it is the satanic sounds of El Capitan and the Reluctant Sadist. Oh, by the way, I should say that that record is on Ding Dong Records. I think it's their record label. Just as much as I believe Lucifer's Lounge Records is El Cap's label as well. Okay, label. So we've got hold this for a second, please. We've got a cool, I don't know, it's like a reddy orange, Halloween-y, Hellfire.
Yeah. We did a review on this.
We did a review on this, yeah.
Go back and take a look.
Yeah, we'll put a link to that in the description as well. It's taking its sweet time getting going today.
Mm-hmm.
So, these are, of course, our friends of ours, and we, of course, share members between the Mystery Men and El Cap. Two of our members from Mystery Men also play in El Cap. And you would think, like, oh, Chad, you're biased because they're your buddies, but I think I'm a little harder on my friends, you know, because I know what they're capable of, and they knocked it out of the park with this. James El Cap is the mastermind behind this whole thing, and he writes just the coolest songs. They
really are.
They're so good. They're so catchy. They're so energetic, and kind of like in the Daikaiju, the way I was surprised in the Daikaiju record, I'm kind of surprised in this record because when we see these guys live, they're so loud and it's so in your face, but recording captured like a different kind of side where it sounds more classic. Like I would put this up with like a Lively Ones or original Safari's record. Like it has that kind of energy and vibe and just really, really well done.
Yeah. And the recording on this actually is really, really nicely done. You can actually hear the keyboards in here, which I'm a fan of, like the keyboards in a lot of the music. And throughout it, you can hear hand percussion. You can hear distinctive guitars. Like it's done really nicely.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they just did it live in a room.
Yeah,
You know, minimal overdub. So, and also Lester from the Mr. Man recorded it. So,
right. Yeah.
Very family oriented.
All in house.
Yeah, all in house. I will say, because I don't think I said this in our review, I think there's a couple of things holding El Cap back from being one of the biggest bands in the surf music scene, and that is, well, one, the sound samples on this record. First of all, you guys know how if you watched the show before, you know how I feel about sound samples. They're overdone. Manor Masterman did it the best. We don't have to keep doing it, and these do not sound good. They're jumbled. They have music behind them, over them. They're really hard to hear, and it's all this like satanic imagery, which I don't care about. It doesn't bother me at all. But they do tend to turn off a lot of people, a lot of potential fans of the band. I know that a couple of people didn't come to Stompfest last year because supposedly because
that's what they say.
Yeah, that's
or at least they didn't stay for.
I mean, I heard a couple of didn't even come.
Yeah, yes, that's true too.
So, again, it doesn't bother me one bit. I think it's just kind of silly. But, yeah.
I equate it to, like, we have a local mechanic. He likes to put, like, ultra-conservative, neo-nationalistic stuff out in front of his shop. I will never take my car to that shop because it doesn't appeal to me. Or, you know, a baker not wanting to make a rainbow cake. It's like that. So if that's how you want to present your band as, you know, I'm going to make this in your face, and if you don't like it, then, you know, that kind of thing. But I think there's opportunity to be a little bit more inclusive in your music because I think surf does allow for that as being an inclusive community. So, yeah.
But that said, it's my number 2 record from last year because it's so good.
Record.
So please
and
go out
we have nothing but love for every single member in this band. We love you guys.
Yeah.
So dancing my ass off to it this morning.
Yep.
You know. So
Totally.
love this album. Good job, guys.
Yep. All right, let's move on. Number 3. So this is a similar kind of vibe record, and again, there's some recurring themes today.
Mm-hmm.
Much like the Daikaiju. Well, we didn't know we were waiting for this for a while, but here it is. It's the brand new record, as of 2023, from the Bomboras. And Cherry, this is the verified up sound. Okay,
Yeah.
So the up sound back in full effect. Bomboras, Songs from Beyond, beautiful shag artwork here. Good job, Mr. Eagle. We love it. And this is classic Bomboras. We got this cool... Did we review this from Cherry? I don't remember.
We did, yeah.
Okay, we did review. So it's got this cool splatter, clear, black, blue. So again, after about 20 years, we get another Bomboras record. And
Say what? The Bomboras are back?
so, super exciting. They had an EP 2 years ago or something like that. So I was happy with that, you know, but to have a full length is really special. And these guys played at SG 101 last year, and I got to see them again after 20-something years.
Right.
And it was spectacular. Everything I wanted it to be and more. I love these guys so much. They really are the up sound because it's so energetic.
Well, they right out the gate, you know, you wanna start bopping around like as soon as they started playing. So yeah,
And,
I agree.
Catchy melodies, wall of sound the whole time, energy the whole time. But at the same time, there are little variations here and there. There's like a spaghetti western number. There's a great homage to Dave Pilgrim, who we sadly lost recently, and so kind of a Satan's Pilgrims number, and lots of fuzz, some surf stuff, some garage stuff. I love it. The only thing missing on this record for me, as opposed to like Head Shrink and Fun, which was their last full length, is vocal numbers. Because I really like their vocal numbers. They've got these cool, garagey, snotty, punky, in-your-face kind of sound.
Maybe they've just kind of grown out of that.
I don't know. They did some at SU 101, which was a lot of fun. But
Old stuff though, probably, right?
yeah. But I'm super thrilled with it. The instrumentals are great. Check our review of this one as well. All right, you want to move on?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, number 4. We're coming back to Atlanta here with our buddies, Chrome Castle, and their second album, Future Fiction. So... great artwork from Robert, the rhythm guitar player. We did a review of this one too, didn't we?
I think so.
I think we
Pretty
did.
sure.
So, like the El Cap, the melodies on this one are just so memorable, so catchy. And there's nothing flashy about this record, but it doesn't, because that's not what it needs.
Catchy,
That's
it's
what
chill.
it needs to be.
Right. Yeah.
And like the first one, it retains its dreaminess, but there's a little bit more edge on this one to me. A little bit more rockin', a little bit of that punk rock rhythm section. Like even right off the bat, you can kind of hear it. Sounds great, and hopefully y'all aren't too mad at me or us, because there's not a lot of surf on this list, like capital S surf, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like this is more instrumental, you know. I think the Bomboras is surfy, the El Cap is surfy, Daikaiju's kind of surfy. So there's not a lot of true surf music on here, traditional.
I don't know, it has that dreaminess in
Yeah.
that you kind of do get with a lot of surf music.
Yeah.
So
Right.
it has plenty of reverb on it.
Yeah.
So I think it's in the surfing for sure.
Yeah. Surf adjacent.
Surf
right?
adjacent.
Yeah. And this is on Black Cottage Records or recordings. And I had said in the video that I thought that it was maybe a new label with not a lot on it. I was way wrong on that. There's a lot of stuff on there and some really, really cool, things. So, there you go. All right. Anything else that we want to say about Chrome Castle? Great live.
Great live. And if you're local, Robert actually puts on a festival in Avondale Estates called Wigwag Festival. They usually have, I don't know, 6 or 7 bands during the day, a small artist market. Check them out. Go to Facebook, type in Wigwag, and
We'll have a link in the description.
Chad will put a link, make it easier for you. But check it out. So he does a good job. It's small, but it's very fun.
Yeah, I think they're on their 3rd year this year.
I want to say we've been both times so far. We've gone
maybe.
twice. I think Small Reactions has played both times.
Yeah, we did, yeah.
So,
no, we played once.
At least once?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, check them out.
Okay, all right, moving on. So we're on what, 4, 5? 5. Okay, so we are going classic. Sunday's Records released a couple of records last year that were unreleased or unreleased recordings. So they might be compilations. I'm not really sure what the whole story is, but this one is fantastic, and it is the Shantays with A Dawning Sun. And you might know Shantays from Pipeline fame, one of the quintessential surf tunes, right, Cherry?
Yep.
And we've got
one of the 4 that I can't tell you the name of because they all sound the same to me. Don't hate me, don't send email.
kind of like a sea glass. And this so again, even though they're the makers of Pipeline and that first wave of surf music, this record is not that. This record is not capital S surf. It is mostly instrumental, but I kind of equate to like grown-up surf, like trying to continue that instrumental.
Endless Summer kind of deal.
Yeah, that's a good analogy.
Yeah.
It's kind of like trying to take surf music beyond post-Beatles, the post-Beatles period, right? I don't know when this was recorded, but that's kind of the vibe that I get from it. So they've got this, and they've got, I don't know.
Sure.
So there's some stuff that's, like the next tune on here, the title track, sounds like Apache, so you can kind of hear some of that European instrumental bleeding over into West Coast America. And there's some great vocal tunes on here as well. They sound like The Association to me, and I'm a big like Sunshine, Baroque, pop music fan, and they kind of got that going.
Late 69, early 70s.
Okay, so really interesting.
Yeah.
That they were recording stuff like this in the late 60s,
Yeah, it never really developed into an album until now.
Well, there you go. And I love it. I love the whole vibe. I think they really did a Sundays, and Bob and crew did a great job, because it has this dreamy, endless summer kind of vibe, like you said. Like even the cover and the title and the The sequence is really, really great. There's even some classic surf tunes on here, like Mr. Moto, and they did Pipeline again, but it's pretty neat. It's got
different.
3 guitars on it instead of like the keyboard doing that high pitch counter melody. And then what's the other one?
What was the other one I said? Baja?
Baja, yeah. And so, but they don't really feel out of place. It all kind of fits together really, really well.
Yeah.
So I am super impressed. I was really skeptical when I heard of a new unreleased Shantae's. You know, some of these things can be like a bit of a cash grab, but
Yeah.
I don't think this is that. I think this is really well thought out. And,
Right.
just sounds great. Sounds great, looks great, feels great.
We didn't know we were waiting on this album.
That's right. There's that theme again, right? All right. We want to dive into our last one.
Our special.
Yeah. So I was trying to whittle it down to 5 guys. I had a really, really hard time, and this record just kept creeping back. I'll talk about it in a second. Our 6th and final top record is The Strings of Flame, Totally Catastrophica. I said that really.
Catastrophica?
Catastrophica. There you go. Okay. On, of course, our favorite record label, Otitis Media Records. So these guys are from Mexico City. Beautiful artwork by Dr. Aldelete. I think I'm saying that right. Got a cool clear with some pink and yellow splatter.
It's really cool.
And this is probably the most surfy release of the bunch that we're reviewing. Very classic sound. Really hot. Really great playing. I didn't realize for quite a while, but the first 3 tracks on side 2 are all live. And they sound so good.
Yeah.
They sound like studio recordings.
Oh, interesting.
In fact,
I don't think I realized that either.
Yeah. There's a lot of covers on here. In fact, there's Holland Honda from the Hondells on here twice. One live, one studio recording. But I don't care because it's one of my favorites. I also think it's pretty ambitious to do that song because it's a tough piece. And they also do Malagueña, like the Trashman version of Malagueña. Which again is very ambitious because it is also tough, and to do it justice is difficult, and they do it live, and it sounds great. So I'm really excited to see these guys at Surf Guitar 101 this year.
Nice.
So these guys are playing at SG 101.
Now we recorded the previous album of theirs, right?
Fire, maybe?
I think so.
I can't remember if we did a review of it or not. I know we had at least
Or at least we
mentioned
featured
it
in a mail call.
for sure. Yeah. Which we may, if we didn't, we'll get around to it, which is equally great, if not better than this, because honestly, this has more of an EP feel to it. It's 5 tracks per side, with 10 tracks total, at least 3 covers, one which happens twice. So it's kind of like 6-ish songs, original songs, but they are so good, and it sounds great. So I love it. I kept coming back to it. I was trying to whittle it down, and I just couldn't. So, also shout out to Emilio, who plays rhythm guitar in this band. He plays in a band called Los Grinders, and they put out a record last year, Surf Beat 23, and the vinyl hasn't come out yet. It's going to be on Music Recording, which, I'm sorry I didn't mention, the Bombora's record is also on Music Recording. So it's going to be up for pre-order any day now. So I'm looking forward to that, and that might have made the list because it's really, really great. Love it, but no vinyl, so it doesn't meet that parameter. Yeah, I think that's anything. Sorry, Cherry, I'm talking a lot. I'm excited.
You're okay. You've definitely done a lot more research. I'm like, yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, I kept asking him. I'm like, you know, I thought what about Strings of Flame?
Right.
You want to do Strings of Flame? And he's like, I don't know. And so finally he was like, yeah. I'm gonna add it. I'm gonna add it.
Just kept coming back.
Yeah.
It's been on the turntable probably more than any of the other ones that we've listened to this week.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if I had enough time with it.
Right.
And that happened with quite a few of them. So.
Yeah, that's true.
And I think I'll post, if you followed me on Facebook or Southern Surf Stomp on Facebook, I'll probably post a picture of all the records that we actually sat down with and listened to.
Yeah.
Now, we're not gonna play these. We'll let this play out, but we have some honorable mentions as well. So Cherry would not let me include this one. She would not let me include this one. But
I wouldn't, and I'll tell you why.
So this is the Madeira Archipelago. I don't know how to say that word. Archipelago, the best of. And the reason that she wouldn't let me include it is because
it's like a best of.
It's a best of. Okay, so she wanted original albums only. So of course, this is my favorite. I think this is the best surf band of all time. It's got this beautiful gold kind of, it's not showing up, and it's too like cloudy and overcasty today. Sorry about the glare, guys, but gorgeous. It's all, there's nothing new on here, but a lot of the stuff has not been on vinyl. The only thing that has been on vinyl was was Ancient Winds, which is my favorite surf album of all time.
Right.
And it's still nice to have all this stuff on vinyl. So.
I could have made the same argument against the Shantays, but there was some original stuff on the Shantays album.
It's, you know, it didn't come out.
Right.
You know, it's not a best of. It's just a
right.
It's a new thing.
Right. I mean, there was like some covers and some re-recordings or like pipeline redone, but I was like, yeah, people should know about that one, so we'll feature that one. And then this one, we just kind of fell in love with this album. It's kind of quoted pretty often in our household. Our son actually really enjoyed this album.
Yeah, this was Jay's pick.
Yeah.
So this is the Satanic Puppeteer Orchestra, which we did a review of, and they sent us a copy for review. So this was a submission. We were really stoked to have this, and beautiful artwork by Derek Gallagher. Again, local Atlanta legend here, and I love the disc because I don't know if it's going to show up, but that same image.
Yeah, you can see it.
That same image is etched into the disc, and it's just a single side. This is I believe it's a lathe cut album, so it's a little quieter, very limited edition. This dude has a lot of stuff on his website, like 20 records or something like that. So very, very prolific. It's a fun record. It's
fun.
It's not going to be like the most memorable surf record or stand out as a surf record, but it's different enough. It has like a robot voice singing on most of the tracks, and some of them are just too
just
fun.
Funny.
Yeah, it's just a fun record.
It's a fun record, so like and subscribe.
That's what they say in the record.
If you've enjoyed what you've seen here today, and to be notified that, you know, we put out some new content every now and then. We're not as prolific as we were when we first started, but we're trying to get back into it now that we have a glimpse of nice weather ahead of us. So.
And we're going to talk about next time kind of our format and some things on the horizon. So just bear with us with that.
Yep.
So, so there you have it. There's our top. Again, thanks to Hunter at Storm Surge of Reverb. Hunter has I should have led with this. Hunter has a great radio program. It's 4 p.m. Central on Mondays, and been doing it for years and years and years, and I wish I could bottle that guy's enthusiasm, because it is incredible.
Right.
Yeah, such a great guy. and we're really lucky to have people like Hunter just championing this genre that we love so much. And it was also really cool to see Hunter at SG 101 last year. Hopefully I'll see him again this year. And I think that's probably gonna do it for us. Drop us a message. Our email address, I believe, is southernsurfstompfest@gmail.com.
I think so.
And we'll have
Sounds
a link. We'll have a link to that in the description. Leave us a comment. We would love to hear from you. Did we miss something that you loved from 2023? What was your favorite? What was your top 5? What was your top 6? What was your top 10? What was your top 20?
What was your honorable mentions?
What were your honorable mentions? We want to know. Please let us know. We would love to hear from you. And of course, we are accepting submissions. We actually have a submission coming up very shortly here, which I'm pretty excited about.
Very
Great
cool.
record. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Chad, bring it on home.
All right. I think that's going to do it for us. I love Gremmie, the Gremmie time of year. It's so wonderful. Until next time, we hope that you're happy, healthy, and safe. And cheers.
Cheers.